Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Why are my headphones so loud? Is that a Travis thing? Was Travis testing my shit last night, maybe?
Yeah. Holy, you know.
Wow. I didn't know he was fucking deaf.
Thanks, Trav.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Mike T-Roy is here.
Hello, sir.
Isis is here. Raj Mahal finally making his way back to the D.
Yes,
What up,
sir.
Raj?
Yes, sir. I was actually told one time by a comedy club owner to change my name to Raj Mahal.
Yeah, it's a great name.
It's not bad.
If I was in porn, that would be a great name, like the eighth wonder of the world.
There you go.
The Raj Mahal. I'm warning you in advance. These allergies I'm going through are going to be the death of me.
Oh, this is where I'm supposed to step in here?
Tells you he bombed.
Fucking bombing right there.
Off to a great start.
Off the
Fail.
fucking back.
And fail.
I can't do it. Those things have to be spur of the moment. They're on the moment.
No, that's what radio's about.
Right before we started the show, to let people, I was saying, I think I'm allergic to my fucking dog. I don't know what it is. I'm sneezing. My nose won't stop running. You've seen it, Troy. I'm
Yeah.
fucking sneezing
a
all the
mess.
time. And so I was like, God, these allergies are going to be the death of me. And E jumped in right at perfect timing.
Yeah.
And went, I can think of a few things that might be the death of you before allergies. And it was funny as shit.
Yeah, it
It was
killed.
great. It killed in the room.
Tried to set him back up.
And yeah, I was like, you know what? Right when we come on, I'm going to set you up.
That's
You
what I'm
see
known
if you can
for.
stick the landing.
Right.
And I called it and said, he will not be able to stick this landing.
Calm under pressure, that one. Always delivers. We call him the mailman.
That's what they call him, the mailman.
I'll call you FedEx.
Nice job.
Whatever. The point is, I still had the joke. I made the people laugh in the room at the time. That's all that matters to
That
me.
is the most important part.
I'm a comics comic that way.
I tried to take Raj to our lovely and what did Jay used to call uppity or snobby,
oh,
the Franklin Grill.
oh, wow. Ooh.
Yeah. And
Closed, I'm sure.
closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen him open for a minute.
Yeah,
Maybe COVID
they
killed
open
him.
at like 4.
They're open at 4 now. Okay. So they're not open for lunch.
So they weren't open for lunch, and I'm running into this all the time. You must be running into this in L.A. or Dallas.
Yeah.
Probably not so much in Dallas as L.A.
The thing in Dallas, LA, you'll run into that where they open at 4 because they don't have
Staff. Yeah.
Dallas, unfortunately, Dallas, Houston, place is closed.
Just
So it's
straight
not
up.
that they just open at 4.
Just fuck it.
They're
Shut
just
it down.
closed.
They're just
yeah.
fucking done
Yeah.
because
That happened to small businesses all over the country.
yeah, it's just and sad. Like we were talking about the Franklin Grill, which I've never been to, and hopefully we'll go at some point. Has been around for over 100 years. You were saying.
Yeah.
Dark
And it's
places.
believed to be haunted.
Oh, nice.
Upstairs, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, for real. They've got good stories for you, Raj.
Oh yeah.
Because the cemetery's across the street, and the guy that owned the restaurant, his wife is buried there or something. And
Wow.
And so that staff, who's all been there forever, has unbelievable stories. There's employees that won't go upstairs at all.
I mean, the Laugh Factory in LA is haunted. The Wi-Fi, not the password, but the Wi-Fi thing to log into is Ghost of Marx because of Groucho Marx.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, you'll be sitting there and a blast of cold air will hit you.
Really?
The chandelier will start moving.
A set of eyebrows just goes floating by your vision. What the fuck?
like, oh, they're all here. Because the Groucho Marx compound is across the street. His
Really?
old house, yeah. And so,
Do you believe it?
yeah,
You do? Yeah.
I do.
I don't
Here's why. Like this is like until something happens, like you don't believe it. It's like COVID for most people. Until it happens to you, you don't realize it. My best friend died. I was 17. My best friend died when he was 16. He had cancer. And
Getting off to a hot start here.
no,
Raj.
here's
Way to
no,
bring the
I'm
room
just
up.
talking-
Nothing funnier than cancer. am
Oh,
I right,
yeah,
guys?
let's go.
Starting
AIDS.
cancer right off the bat.
Childhood AIDS.
He had childhood AIDS cancer.
Sid's discussion coming up next with Raj.
Is your baby sleeping?
Is he sleeping a little too long?
Shake him. Wake him up.
No, but I from the age of I was 5 and he was 4. Like we grew up together, and he passed away. And it was a couple of days afterwards, and I can't sleep with the light on, and so I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, you know what, I can't deal with this. Like I saw this kid every day,
Yeah.
and I roll over to turn the light off, and he's laying on my bed. He's like sitting.
Oh, he's a gay ghost.
And no, the first, and here's the thing. We went to a New Year's Eve party, and he was wearing, it was back in the day before this was even popular, he had white corduroy pants on And
I don't think that was
sweater.
ever popular.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
White
Oh, yeah.
corduroy?
You could pull
Yeah,
that shit off. Yeah.
But back in the fucking early '90s, hell yeah, you could fucking This sweater's from the early '90s.
right? It looked good with a pair of
It does,
cords.
it does look
Some tan cords. I don't know that I'd say white cords.
But he
looks
had
a little
like, he
Cosby-esque,
just-
actually.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, fucking no, it doesn't.
I mean, I don't know.
No, it doesn't. But and the first thing I did was I grabbed his hand, and I go, "I can touch you," and he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Man, I'm having a really hard time with this." And he put his hand on my face. He goes, "I'll take care of everything. Don't worry." And I just kind of closed my eyes when he did that, and gone. Next day, I went to his mom's house. I was like, "You won't believe what happened to me last night." And she goes, "AJ came to see you." And I was like, "Yeah, how'd you know that?" He goes, "He came and saw his sister too."
Oh shit.
Wow.
A couple months after my mom passed away, I'm going through my phone because you know you get all those sorry condolences, blah blah blah, all that bullshit from people that you haven't heard from in fucking years. And a text message goes off, and it's from my mom, 8 days before she passed away, but I'd never received it. This is she passed away in July, or June. Sorry, she passed away June 25th. This is in August, and it just says, "Hi, Raj."
Really?
Wow.
I took a screenshot of it.
No kid.
Yeah.
Is this why you were interested in doing? I know when I saw
I like
you.
the ghost hunting stuff.
Yeah, you were trying to put together a show for
Well, so my ex is a ICU nurse in
Phoenix.
in Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
Yeah, and it's bizarre because during their free time, her and two of her friends ghost hunt, which I'm like, you're already ICU nurses,
Yeah.
and you're putting people in the morgue constantly, and then on your downtime,
They get a head start.
yeah.
are you just trying to find out where they went?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
it's like,
Follow the trail.
but during their downtime, they go throughout like spots which there's hundreds in Arizona to ghost hunt. So I came up with a show concept called Paranormal Nurses, and it went all the way up to Travel
Travel Channel.
Channel,
Yeah.
and they didn't greenlight any more shows because of COVID, because they couldn't get crews. We're talking about businesses shutting down.
Yeah, right.
You couldn't get camera guys who are going to be 6 feet away from you or 10 feet away from you.
You were able to get a camera crew to go down there.
I
and
had
do a
one.
sizzle reel.
It was one girl.
Yeah.
Who was the entire thing, and it was 2 drones and 1 camera. And
Yeah.
she was part of the ghost hunting as well, but it's because it was one person. They
Yeah.
they let us do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How much industry is shut down? You know, Raj and I have been talking about it, you know, since you got in yesterday about, you know, giving people a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And then expecting them to go back to work. And it's like, we're lucky. We love what we do for a living.
Yeah.
You know, Raj loves being a comic. I love doing this shit.
Yeah.
But it's got to be 95% of people hate their jobs.
Sure.
They'd rather, it's like, oh, I only have to take a 10%, 20% raise, but I can sit home and watch Netflix all day.
Yeah.
Where do I sign up for that?
We were talking about this yesterday. Is like I refused the unemployment. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I will not do it. So,
But you've been paying into it for years.
and that was what led me to finally months later decide to do it. But when everything shut down, you know, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, there's no comedy. That's all I
Yeah,
do.
You especially, entertainers and
right.
that stuff. I mean, you
Yeah.
were
Yeah,
cut off
that's-
the knees.
that's-
No options. Nowhere to do it.
Right. That's all I do for a living. I don't have. Everybody has this whole thing about, you know, you always have to have a backup plan. And I can't remember who said it. It's like if you have a fallback plan, that's what you'll do. You'll fall back.
Yeah.
So if you don't have one, you'll have no choice but to hustle.
Yeah, not
That's what
having
I
a
did.
safety net is
Right.
the encouragement you need.
Right. It's what keeps you falling off the tightrope, right? So because there's nothing down there. So that's what I did. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to have a backup plan. But now what do I do? So I'm like, I was talking to another comic. He's like, I do Postmates. I was like, okay, I can do that. I've got a car.
And what is that, the LA version of...
Yeah.
It's like Uber Eats.
DoorDash.
Yeah, DoorDash
Yeah, stuff.
same
Yeah, food
thing.
delivery
So,
service.
Food delivery. So I was like, I'll sign up for that before I take the unemployment. And that was going well until it flooded. Where every actor,
caught
every
on.
comic,
It was-
every entertainer of any
Yeah.
kind started doing food
Well,
delivery.
it's kind of the perfect gig because you can set your own hours. in
Yeah,
those
and
jobs.
and
Well, nobody was going out. Restaurants were closed and everything.
Yeah,
you couldn't
yeah.
eat, dine in, so
So, yeah.
everybody was getting delivery, and
Yeah, you
so
could
that,
either- you could
that
either
whole
go-
business exploded.
Right, you
in
could
that
either go
time.
and pick it up yourself,
Yeah.
which people were in LA especially. I didn't do the delivery service in Dallas, but in LA everybody was terrified to leave. So it was all delivery. There was very few people actually going in and picking it up themselves because they didn't want to be around people because they didn't know what people they had been around.
Yeah, right.
You know, so I did that, and then finally, our buddy Chris Newberg's like, you've been paying into it with your taxes every year.
Yeah.
So might as well sign up. And I did, and they paid me for all the months that I hadn't signed up.
Got the back pay.
Yeah,
All of it.
That's what happened to me.
Fuck me when I looked at that account.
Got one chunk all of a sudden.
I kept refreshing the screen. I'm like, $18,000?
Bam.
Wow. Because I waited 4.5, maybe 5 months.
Yeah.
So it was 8. I'm like, who's going
back?
going back to work?
Right.
And what it showed, and we were talking about this, it showed how undervalued you were as an employee. So why would I now go back?
Yeah.
Like at least LA, I don't know about here, but LA, like the bars and restaurants, like $7, $10 an hour. In Dallas, it's $2.13 an hour plus tips.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting. So now why am I going back to this shitty fucking waiting job that people are rude and I have to smile and get through the day to just live off tips when they're going to zero out my check at $2.13 an hour for 40 hours a week?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go back.
No.
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense.
yeah, it's tough, and
Is
we're all
still,
paying the price for it.
Is anybody still doing that? The federal, that extra money? I don't.
No,
most
there's
of-
not. I don't-
It's
I don't
totally
think
done,
so.
right? I didn't know if it
I
was on a
think-
state by state basis. If some were still doing it.
I
or-
think LA is trying to pass a bill where because it's $600 is gone,
Yeah.
but you still get whatever the unemployment is.
Your regular
They're
unemployment.
trying to get. They're trying to pass a bill, I believe, for $300.
Okay.
Extra
Yeah.
per week.
Yeah.
But then again, you do that now, and let's say you qualify. Like I qualified for $247 a week is what I qualified for. But then I got the 600.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's say you're a waiter or a bartender or whatever, and you're making 200, and they're going to give you an extra 3. Now you're at 500. Now you're at $2,000 a month. That covers your studio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's paying the bills then? You're doing gig work. You're not going back to when I was making anywhere between, depending on how many hours I worked, anywhere between $125 and $250 a day. Delivering food.
Postmates.
Yeah. So why am I going to now? All I have to do is I set my hours. I pick up food. I give it to you. I fuck off.
Yeah.
Right? I don't have to deal with your shitty attitude.
You don't have to deal with people. You
Most
just
of them want
knock
you
and
to
leave it on the
shoot-
door.
yeah,
these
drop it
days.
on the
Yeah,
porch.
you drop it, and that's what everybody wanted. Just
Yep.
leave it.
Just
Every
don't- I don't
single
wanna
one.
fucking see you. Just leave my food.
Yeah, with 99% would say leave at the door.
Yeah.
1%'s like hand it to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, fucking balls. All right, here you go, man. And even then, back when it first started, I'm like, hey, I just saw a person today. You know what I mean? Like, it was just weird to see somebody and say hi.
And you're such a social guy. You
Yeah.
are used to seeing people. Did you run and deliver any famous people's food?
I delivered pizza to Channing Tatum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Magic Mike.
Yeah. He was, that was when he was dating Jessie J, the singer. And they had ordered 2 pepperoni pizzas and a Nutella calzone.
Oh,
I still remember.
fancy dessert.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because these houses are so just amazing, and just how sometimes technology is shitty. It says ring call box,
Right.
So ring the call box, and I'm supposed to just leave it there, and I just hear. I was like, yeah, it's Raj from Postmates. I'm like, hey man, your call box is not working. And this $1 million house,
Yeah.
multi-million-dollar house, and this call box this big
Just
isn't
sucks.
working. So the gate opens up, and I go up the hill, and I'm not even looking at who's just answered the door. I automatically went, do you just want me to lay this on the ground?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, you can hand it here. And I recognize the voice. And I just look up, and I was like, oh, shit. Okay. And so I deliver it to him, and it's just so funny how that whole system works, because it's on tips, right?
I was going to ask, what was it? What did he leave as a tip there?
$13.
Okay, that's solid.
That's not bad. But then I delivered to an old lady, which was great. She made my fucking day. It was 4:30 in the afternoon. She ordered sushi, and she had 2 Sapporo tall boys.
Nice.
Nice.
Had a girl.
Right? So
How old is this woman?
I didn't know when I got the order, but when I got to her house, probably like getting close to 80.
Yeah.
And it's 4:30 in the afternoon, and I was like,
Respect.
2 Sapporo tall boys, and sushi. I was like, hey, you're about to have a good day. She goes, I'm gonna finish these 2 Sapporos before I eat this sushi. I'm going to get fucked up and word for word. She goes, I'm going to get fucked up and go to bed. And I was like, you're my fucking spirit animal.
Hell
I
yeah.
love you. And then I'm leaving. I didn't even turn my car on when the tip came through, and it was $40.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna.
Channing Tatum, 13
No, I was gonna
bucks.
say.
This old lady who's
Yeah.
fucked up,
You don't know.
$40.
She could have had 10 times his money.
Yeah, she told me, she's like, I go, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. She goes, I retired 25 years ago. I was like, I don't know what you did, but this house is fucking
You did,
incredible.
you did good.
You did well.
did good then.
girl.
you did well, my friend. Good for you. Get fucked up.
No,
learned it.
13 isn't. It's not bad for no. I would say honestly for he could have thrown a 20 down there. To be honest with you,
You know,
in my
I mean,
opinion, but
People threw 20s at him a lot. So he knows what it's like to work off tips. When a stripper down tips you, that's the fucking worst.
That's pretty bad.
We just round up.
Yeah.
It's even.
Raj, I was going to ask you, because around here, COVID has been a real blessing. I mean, it's one of the nicest things that's ever happened for E. E, wouldn't you agree that COVID's been awesome
killed
for
it.
you?
I killed it during
He killed it during COVID.
was great.
I was
COVID killed it during COVID.
Yeah, sure do. Especially in New York hospitals, nursing homes. No, but for me, I was taking some time away to get healthier.
Yeah.
So COVID couldn't have come at a better time. It's
that
really been a
really
blessing in
worked out well.
disguise. It did. It gave me some nice respite and get
Yeah.
away and focus on myself. How was COVID? I imagine it sucked. I know I saw a lot of comics doing Zoom calls, doing outdoor parking lot shows.
That didn't come until months later. I remember being at the Laugh Factory.
And the factory closed early, right?
St. Patrick's Day. That was the last show last year, March 17th.
Wow.
And I was there, and I remember going through. I finished my set, sold out audience. I finished my set, and I remember going into the lobby and seeing the manager, the owner of the club, talking to the general manager about what the protocol was going to be for tomorrow night's show. Now, is it going to be 50% capacity, or just we're going to limit it to 100 people? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I had a little bit of a heads up. We talked about this.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of a heads up because I was in Reno the week before, or 2 weeks before. And it's the 26th of February. And I'm getting ready for the show, and I look across the room, and the old entertainment director from the Silver Legacy was there. She lives in Denver now. I was like, what is she doing here? So I went up and I was like, so what are you doing here? It's like, oh, I just came to see a friend of mine. He's performing. I'm like, well, I know I'm performing. There's 2 venues in this place, and I know who the other person is. So I'm just waiting for her to say it. I'm like, who's performing? She goes, Richard Marx. And I'm like, fuck, you're friends with Richard Marx? Like, that's awesome. I was like, can I come to the show? It's like, yeah, you can come, but do you have time? I said, I have 47 minutes exactly between when I finish my set and I sell my merch to when when the opener goes on to do his 5 before I go up.
Yeah.
So I race down. I watch the show. He's funny as fuck. Richard Marx is one of the funniest. Just
Really?
on stage, he cusses his ass off. There was one point where he was talking about he was playing the piano, and when he gets behind the piano, everybody's waiting for that song.
Yeah.
Right here, waiting for you.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody.
It's a great song. I'll admit it. It's a good
He-
song.
he killed-
Dick Marks killed it with that one.
Dick Marks. Old Dickie. But, I mean, back in the late 80s, into the early 90s, the motherfucker killed it.
Yeah.
Like, he was doing well.
Yeah. He was a
Mullet
panty
and all.
dropper, for sure.
Mullet and all with
Yeah.
the fringe jacket.
Leather
Come
jacket,
On. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And she's like, do you want to go to the meet and greet? So he's sitting behind the piano real quick. And he's like, you're programmed. You don't realize it, but you're programmed to sing certain songs when certain music plays. So he starts playing Journey. So he's just playing, and everybody starts singing, just a small town. Everybody starts singing. He's like, he stops it, immediately goes, see?
Yeah.
And then he goes, you're not even programmed to sing words. You're programmed for sounds. And he does In the Air Tonight. And he gets to the drum part. He's like, the pain does, or whatever.
Yeah.
No stranger to, and the whole crowd does it. And then he goes, ladies and gentlemen, so he goes, speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Phil Collins. And he points to the wings. And the place goes ape shit, right? And he goes, seriously, why the fuck would Phil Collins be here? So we go to the meet and greet, and they space her and I she's over there. I'm 9 feet away. There's only 6, maybe 9 people at this meet. There's 3,500 people at the show, and there's 9 people at the meet and greet. I'm like, this is weird. And everybody's spaced really far apart. One of them was a family, and they spaced them. And I was like, all right, whatever. The guy comes in that runs the meet and greet, and is like, hey, so Richard's about to come in. If you look in front of you right now, you have some masks. You need to put that on blue side out. And Richard's not going to shake your hand. He will fist bump you or elbow bump you. And when you go up to take the picture and you put your arm around him, don't actually touch him, but make it look like you are, because there's a weird flu going around. And my mother used to always say, pay attention to what rich people do, because they know shit you don't know.
That's great advice.
Right? Yeah. She's always said that. Just pay attention to what rich people do. And I'm like, Rich Richard knows something.
Yeah. Not letting
About
people
this
touch 'em.
flu that nobody's heard of. All right. So the meet and greet gets, I meet him, I tell him he's great. And I was like, I'm the comic upstairs at the Laugh Factory if you want to come and do a set. I'm trying to get Richard Marks to my show. Because he's super fucking funny.
Yeah.
And I grab a bunch of masks. And
You stole a bunch of Richard Marx masks.
no, I asked the guy, I was like, can I? He's like, well, we're done with them. We're going to the next city or whatever, so you can take as many masks as you want. And I would wear them all day long through at the casino. And people would stop me, and this was my answer. No bullshit. People go, hey, man, why are you wearing a mask? I go, because Richard Marx is. That was
Yeah.
my only answer. I'm like,
enough.
I don't know why.
No.
But I
Yeah.
didn't get it.
You'll find out soon enough.
And
Yeah.
then
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, everything shuts down. And I'm like, oh, he knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where did he get that? Where did he get that information from? Somebody had to tell him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, that's
And he must and told him enough that he went and got masks. Like people told early on, it was like, you pussy, shut up.
yeah.
My brother calling us and telling us to wash our hands and
Yeah.
shit. I was talking about that. It's like, what an asshole. We're not listening to
You're
him.
scrubbing in to go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was right when it was starting, in
Yeah.
February.
March when we were
And
driving
it
up.
was like just the. You gotta love capitalism at its finest when those masks, when everybody figured out you had to wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, Amazon. People selling a 20-count box for $250.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hell
Right,
yeah.
so
you-
My brother's a doctor. I'm like,
Supply and
get me
demand.
some fucking boxes, buddy. Let's
Yeah.
make some side money.
Yeah. Well, you guys took it to the next level in LA.
We did.
You guys really went above and beyond.
We did. That's the thing. Everybody got so scared because of how many people were dying in Arizona and how close that was, and how many people travel from Arizona to
LA.
to SoCal.
Yeah.
That was the frightening part. Is I'd done it myself. I'd gone the week before after Reno. I went to Arizona to perform.
Yeah.
And then came back up. So I'm like, do I have it? Like, and how do you know? Because it's
Yeah.
like, hey, are you sleepy? I'm like, I'm fucking
Always.
comic that drinks a lot.
Yeah.
I'm always sleepy.
Yeah.
And there was that lag, right? Like it took
Yeah.
a week before you were symptomatic of anything. So you had
Yeah,
no
I think
idea.
I had it December of
You know,
19.
I'm starting to realize everybody says that. Everybody thinks they
There was
had
a
it
massive flu in
before.
December, and everybody
Yeah,
had the Rona.
Everybody I know
I-
thinks, you know what? I think I had it in December.
I didn't have
November.
the flu. I couldn't stay awake. I was constantly. I would wake up like 2:00 in the afternoon, just do enough to like use the restroom, get something to eat, and go back to bed, and wake up the next day
Yeah.
at 2:00 in the afternoon. I had a cough for about 7 days. I did have a fever for 3, and then I had chills for about 4 days.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then literally just maybe 7-10 days, and nothing.
Nothing.
Like it was back to normal. I'm like, all right, cool.
You're
that
good,
was
man. You got
weird.
the antibodies now. You're good
Yeah,
to go.
but that's what everybody says. And then I've had people with fucking. I was telling him the story. The guy I went to high school with. I won't mention his name because I didn't fucking like him then. But we're friends on Facebook because we're adults now.
That's what you do.
But he was scamdemic. It's a hoax. It's
Libtard.
this, yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
And 3 weeks or 4
He's not
weeks
wrong,
later,
by the way.
3 or 4 weeks later, his wife, who was agreeing with him on every post, prayer warriors.
Oh, we need you.
We
Yeah.
need you, buddy, because
Yeah.
Jay's got COVID. I'm not going to say his last name. He's got the COVID. Thoughts and prayers. And I just posted underneath it. I went, thought, ... It wasn't real.
Thought it wasn't real.
Yeah. You want thoughts and prayers?
But did he
Here's
really
my
think it
fucking
wasn't
thoughts.
real?
Yeah.
Or did he think the response to it was too much?
No. I mean, he's part of that contingency that believes, like, fuck, not real. And then that motherfucker got it twice, which was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Did he survive it?
yeah, he lived.
Still around.
Yeah, he's gonna be at the reunion. But he got it. He beat it. He was on a ventilator, which
Ooh, that's
yes,
where people really got.
that's where you get fucked.
Yeah.
Because it messes with your heart rate. It messes with your kidneys.
Yeah, it also breathes for you,
Yes.
which lets your body take a bigger break.
Yeah.
And it doesn't recover from that break.
Right. So he was on the ventilator. He beat that, and to celebrate, went to Mexico,
Hell yeah.
as one does. Sure. And then 2 days after they landed
Yeah.
from
Got her
their
again.
flight, got it again.
Yeah,
And I'm
boy.
like, that's
See-
fucking hilarious.
I don't think of you as someone who is ultra scared of COVID. Like when you and I came to LA
Yeah.
for a couple weeks, stayed with you,
Yeah.
and we were everywhere.
Yeah.
We'd wear a mask going in some places. You weren't wearing a mask on the sidewalk. Man, a little bit here and there.
No,
but-
when people,
and
I
you
have
were,
it.
You were my first friend to be flying.
Yes.
Like early on, you were flying because there were places. LA was completely shut down.
Right.
But you could perform in Cincinnati or Kansas City or
Right.
Phoenix.
Kansas City's the first city I went to in August.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was hilarious as well because it was me. I think there were 3 other people on the plane.
Yeah.
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 And then 3 flight attendants. And so
Yeah.
at that point, they
The
just.
ticket was probably like $8.
It was not. Dude, it's fucking close. I
Remember they were just nothing.
That's
Yeah.
right. I remember you texting me saying, "Dude, it's like $47 for a flight to Detroit from
Yeah.
LA." Or,
Yeah, it was. I got. I'm actually going back to LA next week, and it's still, depending on the airline. I got $86
Okay.
round trip from
Spirit.
Delta.
What?
Delta, $86 round trip from Dallas to LA.
Nice.
That's
Wow.
round trip. That's round trip.
That's
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
It's getting expensive to go
40
to San Francisco.
$43 each way. But here's the thing: you can't bring the prices up now because now we know what your minimal cost is.
Yeah. Well, they're bringing the prices up because I
Some airlines are.
Delta. I looked at Delta going to San Francisco. You can't go direct anymore
No.
from Detroit to San Francisco.
Oh, really?
No, you have to stop in Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's their hub.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of their hubs. You have to stop. It's Salt
Hang
Lake
out with the
City's-
Mormons for an hour and then
You know that I was
moseying along.
I'm with Brad Williams this weekend at the Comedy Castle.
Yeah, we
And-
should mention that. What
Yeah.
you guys are doing 2 shows tonight?
No, one show tonight, 2 tomorrow, 2 Saturday.
Okay.
But we were in Salt Lake City, and it's not what it's not what you picture. Like they have a fucking great nightlife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their airport's pretty good too. I like that airport.
But they have a fucking raging meth problem.
Really?
Raging meth problem. Like they have a tent city. It's hilarious because they're like, hey, be careful, man. There's tent city over there. And I'm like, the 11 tents over there? That's, because I'm from
You know where I'm
from
from.
Los Angeles. I can take you down to Skid Row.
adorable.
Yeah, you want to go down to Skid Row and see 14 miles of it?
It's as far as Skid Row's as far as your eye can see.
Yeah, it's
like that's
ridiculous.
frightening.
And
then they
LA
have, like,
proper's
this-
not much further off. It's getting pretty fucking bad too. The side of the road, you go to Malibu and it's like,
Oh yeah.
look at that broken down piece of shit on the side of the road that'll never get towed. They don't even bother putting an orange sticker on it like
No,
you do here.
the Winnebagos and all that. They're
Yeah, yeah.
lining the site. Yeah,
on,
I mean,
on cinder blocks.
Yeah,
with the
and-
greatest view on planet
It's a
Earth.
house, yeah.
dude,
right.
that was the best part of the best part of COVID. But they no,
Lots of great parts of COVID.
no parking
Don't undersell
tickets.
it.
No parking tickets.
Yeah.
You could park in the fucking center of the street on Sunset.
Yeah.
And your shit will be there tomorrow. Like, that was amazing. I was like, nobody? Like, no, we're not coming out.
Yeah.
Like, even the parking people were like, yeah, fuck it, we're not
Yeah.
dealing with this.
In the beginning, when everything was shut down, there was nobody on the roads.
Yeah.
like you weren't.
Oh,
they didn't
LA
even want
was
you to go
dead.
anywhere, do anything, and it was unbelievable. And
Oh.
cops weren't pulling people over because they didn't want to fuck with people. They didn't know what
Yeah.
you had. And I always said, if I got pulled over, I'd be like, there you go, here, officer. And you're like, I fucking just get the fuck out of here.
Go,
man."
go,
Like,
go.
I remember it was like the apocalypse. Just
Yeah.
be the only person
were,
on the freeway at 5 o'clock going 150 miles an hour.
I had,
like this
you
is
know,
great. Woo!
It's LA and like California in general, like just getting a DUI, which knock on wood, I've never had one. But it's like 16 grand
Yeah.
when you're finally said and done with everything. They weren't arresting anybody. They'd
Yeah.
pull people over, and people would
Fail miserably.
miserably,
Bomb their
and
test.
they would let them call somebody,
Yeah.
to come. They wouldn't even impound
That
the car.
should just be the way it is.
Deal with it.
That's
You know what I mean?
You don't kill anybody.
Hey,
Fuck it. You
you've
got
set
away
a
with
new
it.
bar. You've set a new bar. We know what the deal is now. You can, hey man, I want my one free phone call. I'm calling a buddy to come pick my drunk ass up. Although drunk on Sunset is a whole nother level.
It is.
There are some. I mean, you will see it if you go partying around there, like
I told
next
you.
level drunk.
I told you.
I mean shit. I was acting like you were there. It was me and Newberg were out one night. I don't think you were there, Raj. My brother and sister-in-law came in.
No.
There was a girl, was hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Comes stumbling up in the smallest mini skirt.
Yeah.
And she just falls on her ass, legs spread. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is going to be raped at some point. There's no way this
Yeah.
is getting her. And it was crazy because she's trying to get up and her friends walk the fuck. They're like, we're
Yeah.
done with her. We're done. This is on Sunset Boulevard.
Yo, I believe it.
At the, in front of the, is it the Grafton?
Yeah.
Is that the hotel? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was staying at the Grafton, so was she. And so, or I didn't know that at the time, but she's trying to walk back to her friends, like across Sunset.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, no, you're not walking in the middle of Sunset Boulevard right now.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like hold her back, like, I don't want to touch her. I don't want fingerprints on this thing. I don't want to be accused of something later. And so finally, I get her to sit down. They've got those like potter plants or whatever up front. So I'm like, just sit here. Let me. I'm gonna find your friends. And I ran into the hotel and I was like, bro, this chick is a fucking train wreck out here. She comes in the door, falls on the floor, legs spread, and this guy doesn't blink.
Yeah.
He doesn't blink. He doesn't move. He's just like. So, do you need another room card? What can I do for you? I'm like, dude, this chick is like gonna fucking die on your floor here. He didn't give
One
a
of those
fuck.
luggage racks. Just load her onto there and wheel her down.
Dude, he couldn't have given a shit less. It was like, I see this asshole
Every day.
every day. We see this coming in and out of here, so we're not dealing. I
mean,
ended up finding out she was staying there. I don't even know how. She told me she had a room here, and I ended up walking her to her room, opened the door, and like. Tried to set her in the bed. There's a naked girl laying on the bed.
Oh, wow.
Like a friend of hers or something. I'm like, this is. I got to just get the fuck out
outta
of here.
here,
This
yeah.
is not.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want any part of this.
This
yeah,
is-
it was
this-
wild.
You went to the den with us multiple times,
Yeah.
and you know the stairs. This is
Oh, those stairs must be a problem for some people.
this is when I first moved, there was concern,
Yeah.
and then over time,
Just get used
LA
to it.
kills your soul. That's what it does. That's why I like to go back to like Texas or Kansas or Oklahoma because it
Ground yourself a little bit.
It just wakens that dead soul up to where there's concern again. But this is literally our reaction every time somebody falls down the stairs at the den. Anyway, man. So nobody's trying to help anybody. Nobody's seeing how injured that person. It's 5 steps going down, and they're concrete.
Concrete steps. Yeah, it's a weird setup because Sunset is such a windy, hilly road.
Yeah.
And so it comes down and it's like to get into that place, you just walk down 5 cement stairs and then you're
there.
You're
Yeah.
right inside the bar.
Yeah,
It's kind
and that was Charlie Chaplin's old guest quarters. That was the den. The building next to it was his old house. And that's just the reaction every time somebody falls down the stairs.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
anyway, so and you just let the door guys throw them out.
Handle it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they just pick them up and throw
Clean
them
up
out.
that mess.
Yeah.
Clearly, you can't handle it. Time to go.
So
You don't belong. Yeah, that place gets rather wild quick too.
yes,
That's a hard drinking crew
yes,
of locals and everybody knows everybody.
yes,
The bartenders all know what everybody's drinking.
yeah.
And they're handing them out before you finish stepping down those stairs.
Oh yeah, depending on how well you know the bartenders, they don't have to pay for much.
yeah, yeah.
I handed one of them my credit card once. I was like, "Here, just keep it open." And he goes, "Oh!" And out loud to the entire bar is like, "Raj Sharma just gave me a credit card." Oh, and then threw it out the window. And he's like, "If you want," he's like, "I'd hurry up and go get that."
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I went in there
That's
with Chris and Michelle one night, and we walked in. The place is packed, and I'm like, I'll get the first round. What do you guys want?" And he's just kind of laughs. He's like,
Don't do that.
Just tell him Chris and Michelle are here."
Yeah.
And I was like, Chris and Michelle. He's like, psh, 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 splash, splash, fucking this, a grape in that one, and Michelle wants a special splash and slice of this. Yeah. I was like, here's your fucking fruity whatever drinks.
Yeah.
They knew exactly what it was.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'd be walking I'd walk down the stairs and I'd make eye contact with Jeremy, one of the bartenders, and by the time I got down the 5 steps successfully.
Yeah.
It was at the bar,
Yeah.
so you didn't have to order anything. Like that's the good side of it.
Yeah,
but
Rumors,
but it
Rumors
is-
was like that for us in Royal Oak, where you're performing
Yeah.
this weekend in Royal Oak. There used to be a bar called Rumors, and I mean they had a back entrance. We were hot shit morning show guys.
Yeah.
and so it was like up the back entrance, no matter how long the line was outside.
Now, can I? Cause
no,
I, 'cause
no, never pay for a fucking drinks.
Right.
They closed. We'd be there till 4 a.m. drinking
Yeah.
with a staff. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I did radio in Dallas, but nothing like having the #1 morning show. Like, is it in the hopes that you might plug them the next day, like where you were at last night? Or
I
whatever?
don't know because we never really did. I mean, I guess we did.
Like, where were you guys at last night? Like, oh, we were at Rumors last night.
Yeah.
So maybe there's the plug.
Part of it probably, or just
Well,
having.
just having them there. You
Okay.
know, because you can go anywhere.
But I mean, nobody knew.
Yeah.
But nobody knew you were there.
no,
or
no,
did
they
they?
were still
The
out.
staff knew.
Yeah,
okay.
they-
They knew.
They weren't like drinking in the kitchen. They were just not waiting on line at the door and
Yeah, that's
not
the
waiting
den. We
behind
don't-
people for drinks
Yeah.
and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But they were still like seen.
Okay, gotcha. I just because the
What would be the point of going out if you're?
because I don't know of any like the morning shows in L.A. They're fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like they're
Here, too.
god.
Well, the number, yeah, here too. True.
Like it's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like their
But
promos
isn't
all
it?
got.
Isn't it Mexican team that's #1 in LA?
No, it's Woody in the Morning. I think is what the show is.
Really?
I think that's what it is. But like their promos, like
Is Kevin? Are Kevin and Bean still there?
I don't know. I have
They were
serious.
K Rock for a while, for a long time.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. They do the comedy show every year. Brad's
Yeah.
on. Brad's on it every year.
Yep.
But I have
The
serious,
weenie roast, the K Rock weenie roast.
I don't.
Whatever it is.
I have serious. I
Radio
have
for one.
serious. So I'm like, I just listen to
Yeah.
other shit. I just listen to the 80s or 90s channel.
Yeah, there you go.
Just fucking go to.
Yeah.
But yeah, even in Dallas, like I didn't know any of those guys that went out and partied because when I did mornings for I think it was 6 weeks, we covered the morning because they'd fired the morning show. You're at work at 4.
Yeah.
You're done 10, 11 sometimes,
Yep.
depending. You're at dinner at noon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's when you start drinking
Yeah.
with the morning show crew,
Yeah.
and you're in bed by 6.
Yeah.
And that was every day for 6 weeks. And I'm
Or
or
you take mountains of drugs and you stay up till midnight, sleep 2 hours, do more drugs, and then go to work. That's the other way you could do it.
yeah, we did.
I've never heard of this responsible way of doing it that you did.
We didn't. I was that. Like I'm that guy that's like I don't want to fuck this up.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose this gig.
Yeah. In the
So
early days, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And now I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'll have a couple of shots before I go on stage. No
So
problem.
is COVID kind of done now in LA? Are they still freaked out there? Are you still
I think with the new the Omicron.
Omicron,
variant.
yeah, that's killed literally no one. No one has died from Omicron.
Right. But
Shut it all down, just in case.
Watch out, this new one's not really that bad.
It's a third as strong as the original. It's the new and less improved.
I was telling you this. Was it yesterday? I was telling you when I was like, go look up. There's a 1967 or 1969 Italian movie called The Omicron Variant. And it's about a virus that kills people.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, somebody
Was that
was really a
intentional?
big fan of that
Is that
movie.
why did they name it Omicron? Is that just
Because I thought they were going. They got rid of the.
So Delta Omicron is the next one. Alpha, Beta, Delta, Omicron. Pi.
okay? But no, that's not the order it goes in
Alpha, Beta,
because
Delta, Epsilon.
new NU
Yeah. News.
new is in there, and they didn't want to use new.
Yeah.
They skipped new because they didn't want to say a new COVID.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the next one was Xi, XI. Pronounced
Xi.
C, I think.
Can't have that.
Xi.
Can't have
But
that.
President Xi, XI, so they thought it would be racist against China.
Hilarious.
So they skipped right over to Omicron.
Can't go
Isn't that crazy?
Can't go back to the Kung Flu. We gotta.
They couldn't do Epsilon.
I don't know. Gamma.
Maybe that one already came and went.
Yeah, but isn't that wild? They didn't want to do new variant, and they didn't want to do Xi.
G. Yeah. LA's running just fine. Traffic's back. Which
Dude, that was wild.
do you remember?
Oh my God, I'll never forget it. I mean, 8-lane highways, wide open. We went to Universal one
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
I mean, we were flying around LA.
Yeah.
What would have normally taken 8 hours?
I'll give you. I was flying to India via Hong Kong.
sorry.
No, this was years ago. I love India. Via Hong Kong, and the flight, because it's an international flight, so it was 4 in the morning. My flight was at 6 a.m., so left at 3:45. I was at the airport from the apartment that you stayed at,
Sherman?
Sherman Oaks, to LAX was 18 minutes.
Wow.
Okay. Coming back, and I land at 5:15 p.m.
Ooh.
It took 3.5 hours to get to my apartment.
Yeah.
18 minutes there,
Insane.
3.5 hours.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
That traffic in California,
It just doesn't make fucking sense.
whether you're northern or southern. My mom used to tell me, like when she was 18, 19,
Yeah.
and had a job working somewhere, and it was like, if you were going into the city, into San Francisco proper, she said you'd leave 2.5 hours early for work.
Oh, yeah.
Because some days it took you 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it took you 3 hours.
Yeah.
And you never knew.
You always plan when somebody's like, hey, we're having a party, starts at 8. You want to leave about 6:15, 6:30.
Yeah.
And even if you get there early, you can just dick around and do whatever.
You must
But-
be really popular if people are showing up to your party. Yeah. because seriously, that comes into account. Like if we were having parties, it was like 15 minutes tops.
Yeah,
Anything with a 15-minute radius of us was.
Chris Newberg has a bit about that where he's like, my first thought is when somebody invites me somewhere is there parking?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if there's not, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you invite me and I've done that before.
I
And
got to
that's
do
LA.
2 laps around looking for a spot. Fuck it. I'm just
Yeah.
going to keep going
Leave,
and go
yeah.
home.
I will, yeah. I won't even do that. If you'll tell me like, hey, we're going to the State Social House. No.
Yeah.
What time? 8 o'clock at night. No,
fucking
there's no
way.
parking. So
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to be there.
When
But
you're
I'll
when
send
you're
a
on
gift,
the,
I'll send a gift card. You know,
those restaurants, we went to one restaurant. It was the day we were in Malibu.
Yeah.
And it's like they either have valet or you don't go.
Oh, you don't go.
You don't go.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we
it's-
valid. Yeah.
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Otherwise, you just don't.
Remember
I
who
mean-
we saw that day, by the way, riding his bicycle? Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
It's like, hey, that's Matt McConaughey.
Yeah.
God, he looks like an asshole. Look at that outfit. Look at that fucking helmet and sunglasses.
That's right. Who were we also next to in the car?
Oh, the guy from The Office, John Krasinski.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And he's like, where do celebs hang out? And we're literally just talking about it.
He's there in his blue Lamborghini.
Blue
or
Lamborghini.
Ferrari.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Blue Lamborghini. And it was like, well, there's John.
Well, there's
Krasinski.
John Krasinski. I was like,
See where he's going.
let's go celebrity hunting, Raj. And he's like, well, there's John Krasinski. It was literally like that.
I had a buddy of mine who, for whatever reason, was very moved by Grandma's Boy, the movie.
The movie, Nick Swardson. And
Yeah.
It's a great
Sandler.
movie.
Yeah.
Never seen it, but he was quoting. He'd come down from Modesto, and he was quoting it all day, all day.
I don't know if I could quote anything from Grandma's Boy, but I'm certain I liked it.
Did I break it? That's the only thing.
that-
When he gets high score.
I
on,
would have
like, a
thought.
game.
I would have thought that was Steve Urkel. Did I break it? Or did I
break
what,
it?
did I do that?
Did I do that?
Okay.
Did I do that?
And Nikki hangs out at the Den, and I know this. And I know
Nikki
him. Nick
Swardson.
Swardson. And
I thought you were talking about Glazer.
oh no, God no. And I know him, like not like we're friends. Like if we see each other, it's hey, what's up, man, bro, hug, and then
Yeah.
whatever. And he's quoting Grandma's Boy all goddamn day, and I'm like, this is fucking annoying. So we go to the Den, and he doesn't see him, and I go, and Nick comes up, and I go, hey, to my buddy, I was like, Amr, this is Nick. Nick freaks the fuck out. He's like, is this what you do every day? And I lied and went, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
day.
not every day. It just happened to be one of those great moments for him.
Yeah.
Where he's like, what celebrities can we see? I'm like, well, there's the fucking guy you've been quoting all goddamn day.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's the weird thing. Like in Dallas, when I was, growing up and even started in the comedy scene, if you saw a Cowboys player or a Rangers player or whatever, like you freak out.
Yeah.
Now, I was literally, the last time I was at the Laugh Factory, I was at the bar, at the back bar, having a drink with Sean Penn.
Really?
Yeah, we don't know each other. I didn't say anything to him. He
Yeah.
was just right there. And it was like, and he's phenomenal.
You weren't really having a drink with Sean.
Yeah, I wasn't having a drink. I was
you
having a
could
drink.
say you were. There's
in
a
the
wild
vicinity
card.
of-
Yeah, I was having a drink near Sean Penn. Yeah, what it was. But I'm like, and then you just go, Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Like now,
That happened to me at the Rainbow
shine
Room
wears
with
off, man.
Lemmy from Motorhead.
Yeah,
He's just sitting at the rail playing the fucking quarter video game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's wearing his shorts. I'm like, that's Lemmy from Motorhead. Crazy.
I was sitting at the Rainbow Room. I don't know if you had the pizza there. It's
great.
It's the best pizza.
Yeah.
One of the best pizza places in town. And I'm sitting next to a dude. We're watching a football game. I think it was Minnesota was playing. I don't know. I was just getting pizza. And this old metalhead, it's like got the fucking jean jacket with the shoulder pads with the spikes on it.
Hell
He's
yeah.
got this long blonde mullet. And he's talking to this dude. He's like, we got to get my band together and we combine it with your band. We'll be a super band, man, and we'll just travel all over the world. And this guy's, I'm just listening to him, and he's like, well, we're currently on tour now, so when we get done, it's about a year and a half. When we get done, we'll let you know. And I was like, oh, that was a sweet way of letting that guy down.
Yeah.
And so I don't know the dude. I'm just sitting there. We're just having pizza, and I go, so you're in a band? He's like, yeah. And he's looking at me like,
Asshole.
really?
You know,
And I'm like, hey, I fucking don't know shit. And I go, what's the name of your band? And he goes, Incubus. And I was like, fuck me, man. Okay.
Who could pick anybody out from Incubus?
yeah, that's,
you know,
in Raj's defense.
Yeah.
Right,
that would be
it's-
hard.
I like them, and I could.
Yeah, that's
tell
what I'm
you one
saying.
of the
Like, I
guys.
don't know, but like people will come into the Laugh Factory all the time. I remember from the Houston Texans, Arian Foster came in.
Oh yeah, running back.
How do you know what he looks like with?
Yeah, you don't. Football players are hard.
But
Yeah.
two people are like, do you know who that is? I'm like, no, that's a big black dude.
Yeah.
And he's sitting up front, and he's OG'd. He's over golded.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's Arian Foster from the Houston Texans. I'm like, how would you know that?
Yeah.
Like I know one song.
He was famous enough that maybe you could.
like
I could see if you lived in that area being able to pick him out. But
this was in L.A.
oh yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like this is in L.A. I'm like, I recognize a couple of people. Like there was one time the owner of the Laugh Factory, God love him, Jamie Masada. I love that man. He doesn't,
every comic has his fucking Jamie story.
but he doesn't know anybody. Like legitimately, like it's frightening.
Why?
Like he didn't know who Keegan Michael Key was.
Really?
He walked in to see, I think it was Kevin Nealon was on stage, and Jamie was about to ask him for tickets, and I had to go, "Hey, big fan."
Yeah.
And when I said that, he's like, "Okay, buddy, who is that?" I was
Okay,
like-
buddy. That's his word. Okay,
yeah,
buddy.
I was like, "Oh, that's half of Key and Peele."
Yeah.
Is that is that something very famous? Yeah, they replaced Chappelle's show. So it's kind of a kind of a thing.
Kind of a big deal.
And I remember one time we're in the lobby and these two people walk in and tickets. And they hand them tickets. I was like, what? And I look at Jamie and go, are you really going to make them sit with the rest of the crowd? Why, buddy? I go, did you not recognize who that was? No, who was it? But I go, that's Richie Sambora and Heather Locklear.
Oh, jeez.
He-
Put them out in general population.
Yeah. And then I go, you got to put them in your fucking booth or they're going to get, it's going to be a distraction.
Yeah.
Like the fucking guitar player from
Bon
Bon
Jovi.
Jovi and then Heather Locklear.
Yeah.
And he runs in like he knows who they are.
Jamie did.
Yeah. Richie, Heather, I'm sorry, but I'm so busy. So please sit in my, I'm like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like just the people that come in, we had The Weeknd come in one time. He didn't know that was a person.
Yeah, I'm with him there. I've tried to avoid the weekend as much as I can. His hair bothered me. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
It's better now. He's fixed his hair, so I'm willing to give him a listen.
But he has some of the best fucking stories, man. He's like this one guy come in one night, buddy. He wants to do 5 minute on stage. He drunk. I don't understand him. He from England. I don't get it, buddy. I'm like, was he an actor? No, he's some band, some Stone guy. And I go, the Rolling Stones? Yeah, buddy. I go, you got here in the 70s.
Yeah.
You don't know who the Rolling Stones, and it was Mick Jagger
No shit.
Really?
who wanted to go up and do 5 minutes.
Yeah, you got to let Mick do that.
And then Michael Jackson used to come up there a lot.
Really?
And one night, Michael Jackson was like, lock the doors and have everybody's phones out and face down. And I'm going to go up and do He's like, apparently had read the Reader's Digest or something like that, and he was just going to do 5 minutes of
Really?
whatever jokes. And so it's like when you bring somebody up that's famous, but people in the audience aren't expecting that person.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Like when I was telling you about this the other day, David Spade comes up, and he'll always say, when you bring me up, just say he had a really small part in the movie Joe Dirt. So I'll say it. I'll go, this guy had a really small part in the movie Joe Dirt. Please welcome David Spade. And the disconnect is there
Yeah.
because they're like, well, it can't be the same David.
Can't be. It's
David.
got to be.
Yeah.
And then David Spade walks on, and you're like, oh, fuck, that's him.
Yeah.
So apparently, Jamie was telling me the story. Is like the host that night, whoever it was like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Jackson. And everybody's expecting not Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Any other.
Any other Michael
person.
Jackson in the world.
Every Michael Jackson. in the
Mike
world.
Jackson.
Mike Jackson. Yeah. And he went up and apparently did 5 minutes of
I bet it was
dad.
awful.
But here's the thing. It's like,
But I'd want to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'd want to be there.
could you imagine?
He's a natural performer, though.
Yeah.
He could probably string together 5 minutes.
I'm sure. I mean, if and he's also memorized jokes from the back of a book. So
Yeah.
fuck it. I'm sure, however well those jokes were,
Yeah.
when you read them in the Reader's Digest. But
Yeah.
I just can't like anything he says is going to be funny.
Yeah.
You're not even listening to the words. Doesn't even matter. You're just looking at Michael Jackson sitting there
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah. I'd be wondering if he's
Shut up and sing a song. Moonwalk, motherfucker.
Beat it! Beat it!
No, don't sing it. Just literally beat it.
Beat it!
You're terrible.
Didn't we almost catch Seinfeld in New York?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
He was
am I
at that. He
remember-
was at the show before our show that we went and saw.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you just missed Seinfeld. It was like,
I was at the Melrose Improv when he went up and like from me to you. That's how far away he was, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't find him particularly funny.
yeah, me either. But he's Seinfeld.
But here's the thing. That was the thing. It's like
Yeah.
I was at a playoff game for the Cowboys ages ago because that's how long ago it was.
yeah,
been-
95.
It was against the Eagles, and it was with my buddy. They have a box there, and George W. I was never a fan,
Yeah.
but when that dude
Shocker.
walked in, yeah. But when he walked in, I know. But when I was never a fan, 'cause he's a dum dum. But when he walked in, it was like, oh, that's the fucking president.
Fucking George W.
That's
Bush.
no, my words were, holy shit, that's the president.
Yeah.
Was never
Was
a
he
fan.
president then?
No, he was
90? No.
2000 something,
Okay.
2006 maybe 2000.
I mean, he was there in 2000.
Would you have the same reaction for Trump now?
No,
Just checking.
Don't even get him started.
no,
That's the president.
no,
Oh my God. Mad respect for the president.
no.
You moon him.
No, I wouldn't anything him.
Yeah.
Because that would mean I cared.
Yeah.
So I would.
You do.
I don't. I don't.
That sounds like a guy who doesn't care. No offense. Like how you're responding doesn't
don't-
sound like a person who doesn't care.
but I don't. Like if I wouldn't shake his hand if he like put his hand out. I wouldn't shake it.
You wouldn't shake
That's
that tiny
crazy,
hand?
man.
No, because I have big hands, so I don't want to embarrass him.
I despise Hillary Clinton, and I would react to Hillary Clinton being in the room. You know what I mean? I wouldn't.
I don't like her either, and I would be
Okay.
like, fuck, she's here. Like, what party am I at?
People should know.
Time to go.
Fucking get the car.
Yeah, I get that.
Pantsuit just showed up.
Yeah, that is,
I can't
Good
say I
point.
agree with Raj the way he does things. I'll start by saying that.
so do some of your fans.
Yeah, but you are two different people in person and on stage and on a
Yes.
microphone versus
Yes.
behind the keyboard or a
For sure.
social media. So
Yeah.
it's believe me.
Yeah.
Anytime I have a liberal on, they end up getting into fights with listeners and shit, and that stuff is real in a lot of respects.
Sure.
Where people really fucking, I'm never supporting that guy again. If you go see Raj, my guess is you don't do any politics on stage.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
There's no. There's no reason for it.
I
I'm
thought
not trying
you
to
said
divide.
it beautifully. A couple of years ago, you and I were talking about this, and I was asking you about a comedy special or something, and you went, "What I just watched was a TED Talk."
Right.
That's the way you put it.
Right.
Too many people are claiming to be comedians,
Right.
But they're not coming with jokes, with material.
No, they're coming with the social
With a
stance.
message,
They're coming with a social
Yeah.
stance, and I'm old school. I started 21 years ago.
Yeah.
When the whole job was to make the audience
Be funny.
laugh.
Yeah.
Be funny.
That's my job.
Yeah.
Off stage, whatever the fuck I think is what I think. I'm not asking you to think it.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to follow it. I'm not asking you to buy it. I'm not asking you to fucking hit the like button.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I'm just telling you my opinion.
And you legitimately don't. Like, I've said some horrific shit to you, and you laugh that hard.
Yeah.
You just it rolls off you no matter
Yeah,
what I
I
say.
don't-
Like, you
I-
are a genuine comedian.
Yeah.
Like, my comedian friends will shock me because, Dave Landau, when he was in here, and he's like, oh, yeah, my mom committed suicide. And it's almost like he's rolling into a bit. And you're like, oh, I'm terribly sorry. He's like, no, I love saying that just to get a reaction out of people right away. Like,
Yeah, we do that,
Fuck, like the most morbid shit. It can be personal. It can be horrible.
Yeah, Claire and I, soon to be ex-wife.
Yeah. He's on the market, ladies.
But we're the best of friends. But her mom passed away when she was 16. My mom passed away in 2012. And our buddy Josh, he always posts stuff about him and his mom, because I believe his father I don't know if he's passed away, but I don't think he's. I think he's with the mom. But
Are
he's
we
like,
supposed to know who Josh is?
Josh is a buddy of ours,
yours,
but he goes, he'll always post something with his mom. And we do the same thing. We're just like, that's a great picture. Our moms are dead. And just to fuck with him every single time. And he's just like, come on, guys, stop. But no, like, genuinely, my opinion is my opinion. So if you go to my personal page, which people do a lot, I tell people, I'm like, you're not going to like what you're going to see.
Yeah.
If you like, and if he's in your wheelhouse, that's fine. If Trump is your guy, fucking good for you.
Yeah.
He's not mine.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to. I don't understand this one-way street fucking ideology.
Yeah.
There's two lanes.
Well,
You can be in yours, and I can be in my fucking lane. I don't understand what you give a shit about.
Even I get confused about this because I'm like, wow, how fucking woke is Raj? But
No.
you're not woke.
No, woke liberals are the problem. That's where we get lumped into.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm liberal.
Whose fault is that?
Your side.
I would disagree.
They're like being
course you would.
conservative and
Vehemently.
alt-right.
I'm going to go on record with you. We vehemently disagree.
Yeah,
No, I don't. I'm not woke. Woke liberals are the problem.
Yeah. How do we stop them?
Oh, everything's cyclical, man. Just let it fucking phase out. It'll
it
burn
ride.
out.
I
It'll
keep
be
saying
fine.
that, the pendulum swing, but
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I thought the trans thing would be enough to fucking nip. That people would go, all right, enough, shut up. but they haven't done that.
Oh,
You know?
no.
I mean, how that Chappelle, the closer special,
It was beautiful.
divided people and they want him canceled and fired. Like, I'll never understand it from, like, of all lines of work. Like, if garbage men were having that opinion and offending people, and you're like, oh, we got to fire all these garbage men.
Yeah.
But comedians?
Right.
Fucking comedians? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Like-
that's where you have to be. It's sad, but you have to be careful with what. I have to be careful with what I say because I don't want.
I don't think you do, though.
I don't want Elizabeth in Kansas to decide my fate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But see, I
don't
would
want-
argue Elizabeth can't decide your fate.
But there's enough.
And you're a
Elizabeths that
brown
can.
guy.
Yeah.
You're good. You guys are on a hot streak right now, man. You guys are untouchable. It was funny when we were backing out. We're leaving the restaurant today. We're backing out, and there's this big black dude, and he's got a little walk. He's got a walker. He's with his mom, and his mom's getting out of the car, and they're right next to us. And so he's trying to wheel her out, and I'm backing out.
And he's backing out. He's. And this is what I said. That's why I said it because he's just backing out. He's got the camera, so he can see where he's going. They're really close to the car, and I go, "Hey, don't hit the black folks.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that."
And then he
that's a-
goes, they're a litigious bunch. And I was like, you motherfucker, you're allowed to say that. I can't say that anymore.
As brown people, we are. We're as different shades of brown. We,
It's like, do you see how unfair this is? I
yeah.
have to say that with my windows rolled up.
My mom's name was Sudesh. Her nickname was Sue, and I was like, "That's her two favorite things: her name and what to do." So every shade of brown is a very litigious group of people. we like to do it. Like,
Opportunistic.
Everybody would call like,
Did your brother sue you or you?
No, he tried to sue me.
Yeah.
My brother did try to sue me. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But he tried to sue me, and the fucking even the judge was like,
Fuck
"Are
outta
you
here."
fucking kidding me?" Like, didn't even want didn't even want to do the case.
Yeah.
Like,
What was the lawsuit over? If
my
you
dad,
can
my
talk
da-
about it. I guess.
Yeah, my dad. Oh yeah, it's ages
Is it
old.
still
my dad,
litigation?
my dad wanted me to sell his house for him, and my father has dementia.
Which is hilarious.
It really is funny because
Dementia is hilarious.
well, no, it's
I'm dealing with
very-
it in my family right now. It is
it's-
far from hilarious.
It's
but
very sad, but how he said it when I remember one time we were talking, and he asked me the same thing twice.
Yeah,
And I go,
of course.
you already asked me that. And he goes, yeah, I have dementia. It's going to get worse. You guys are fucked. And I was like, hilarious, because that's the stance he took.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it is going to get worse. But he was aware.
I can't help it. You're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, he's like, and it's just in his accent, it was like, it's going to get worse, and you guys are fucked. And I was like, that's awesome. And we laughed about it, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
there's a pride taken in that.
Sure.
By them. I drove my parents to the airport the other day, and they of course they forgot something in the house and this and that. So my dad leaves the fucking door open to my car, and he's gone for 5 minutes, and I'm sitting in here. It's fucking 20 degrees out, and freezing my ass off.
Yeah.
He finally just comes back. I'm like, yeah, thanks for shutting the door, asshole.
Yeah.
It's fucking freezing in here. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to live long enough to become a burden on my kids. Fair enough.
That's
man.
great.
Fair enough.
That's great. Yeah. But then I didn't realize like they had my brother had taken out a power of attorney over my dad, which isn't legal, and he still hasn't, but it's still not legal to this day. But he went back to the realtor and was like, he illegally sold his house, so it was going to be grand larceny and defrauding the elderly. So I was looking at 18 years in prison. Wow. I don't look good in orange. Yeah. I'm lying. Yes, I do. I look good in everything.
Really make it pop.
But yeah, so that just got thrown out. They were like, "You're fucking dumb." Like he didn't know.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't aware, and it's not registered with his power of attorney's not registered anywhere. So it's like, he didn't know?
So what do you do now? Do you just let it go?
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if he wants, here's the thing. I'm that guy. Like, and you know me.
Yeah.
If he just said, "I want the house," okay. I don't.
Yeah.
You don't have to sue me for it.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with it. It's in Mesquite, Texas.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to go back. I got.
Wasn't there
fuck
some
out.
money that you lost at some point?
Oh, my dad took $40,000 from me.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
He took $40,000 from me and gave it to his brother.
Wasn't that your mom's dying wish to
Yeah,
give you money?
yeah. And he took her dying wish and gave it to his own brother.
But he had a great investment idea, didn't he, or something? Wasn't that the plan? Or
It was no. He gave it to his brother for his son's wedding when it was for mine.
yeah.
And so I didn't have any money for my wedding, and so
Was this a part of, not to be mean, but was this part of the dementia situation? Or
Mixing it up. Shit. Wrong guy.
I
Wrong
knew I
wedding.
had to support a wedding somewhere.
no. My uncle. So okay, that side of the family, like my dad, my brother, my uncle, my cousins on that side of the family, they all live off women.
Gotcha.
They can't support themselves.
Families are tough.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, like my cousin got that same cousin that they gave.
If I could pull it off, I would too. I don't blame him.
Yeah, the same cousin that like his wife works. He hasn't had a job since they got married. My uncle.
Sounds like someone's winning.
My uncle's never had a job ever in his life.
Jesus Christ.
My grandfather said to my father, he's like, you have to take care of him when I'm gone because he'll starve to death. And his wife was a teacher, so she has a pension that comes in. This is all in India. My cousin, who's my age, she's never been married because she's a principal and she makes good money and that runs the house. And so that's what it is. Like my brother does the same thing. He lives off women. My dad lived off my mom. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like I can't do that. Like it's
Yeah.
just.
I wonder why that was different for
I'd
you.
give it a
You're
shot.
raised-
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'd give it a shot. I haven't been there yet.
You
but
work hard though, T.
I know,
You,
but
like, you're-
I'm ready to just fucking coast.
yeah.
Find me a sugar
hey,
mama.
hey, buddy, there's websites for that. There's websites for you to log on to and post if you want to.
Let's talk after.
Yeah. Let's all
Point me in the
talk
right
after.
direction here.
I need to know these
Let's go
fantasy
set up some
websites you speak
profiles,
of.
shall we?
Yeah, I could set a profile up. Yeah, no problem. I'm ready to coast, Raj.
That's what the site should be called, is Ready to Coast.
There you go.
ReadyToCoast.com.
You know, somebody just bought it.
Yep.
Somebody just bought that right now.
ReadyToCoast.com. Fill your profile out. You'll be on your way in no time.
Hey, there's some really old ladies in Beverly Hills that'll let you coast by.
That'd be
Okay.
great though, Mike. Then you could still just pop down here to your show if you know, just whatever. When you feel
Come
like
to
doing
town
a show.
for a week here, week there, pop out some shows.
If you had an old bag like that, would you just try to fuck really hard and hope that you could just end it in that minute? just really go hard at
Just
it.
break a hip. Just
Shatter it.
have to put
Try
it
to
down.
pretzel her every day.
Yeah. Hopefully, this is the last one ever.
Just driving that head into the headboard. Damn your cobweb skull
Right.
fucking crack already.
Why'd you put
Why
that
won't this
shelf
thing
with the
pop
vase
and
on
explode?
over the bed? Don't worry
Why
about
does
it.
the anvil say Acme?
Why is it loosely taped to the ceiling above my head?
No, but yeah, families suck. And so that's the thing. I'm that guy. So all I had to do was go, hey,
Yeah.
I have no future, and I have no ability to do anything.
Did you guys talk at all now? Your brother?
No.
No.
He's diabetic, pretty bad, which is unfortunate, but he did it to himself, which sounds insane because people say it's genetic, but he had this really bizarre, he's got a 10-year-old brain. And so when he was in high school,
God, I hope he hears this.
I hope
He's
so
gonna
too.
love it.
I hope so too. He's trying to do stand-up comedy.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you that story in a second.
Oh boy.
That's when I got wild with power. But he's trying to do stand up. But he had this really bizarre year when he was a senior in high school where he would eat no sugar during the week, but on Sunday, that's all he ate.
Like candy?
So no sugar of any kind during the week.
And sugar can be what's in ketchup.
Right. So none
Like
of that.
like that. And you're not talking about just no sugar in his coffee.
yeah, like
Nothing
no
with
no
sugar at all.
No, nothing with sugar.
Yeah.
Was he doing it out of was it some fad or
No, he's an idiot.
Okay.
No, he's just dumb. And then he would start the morning on Sunday with a dozen donuts.
Okay.
So you're shocking the shit out of your system.
Yeah.
So all week long, your body's being deprived of sugar, and then on Sunday, it's being overloaded with it. So
Who planted this idea in his head?
fucking
What was the reasoning behind this? Do you know?
dummies don't have them.
okay.
Dum-dums don't have reasons. They just do stuff. like,
Sounded like a good idea at the
how-
time.
He was in high school, so your parents are around, and everyone knows this is going on.
yeah, and my mother's a nurse at this, and my mom's going, "This is not good for you.
It's not how she said it.
This is not good for you." She had a very British Indian accent. But yeah, it was just, and then the pancreas basically went, "Well, we're gonna fuck off now,
Yeah.
because
We're out.
you don't need us.
You don't respect us
Yeah.
Yeah, and
or our
he
work.
got, but I worry because when he passes away, I don't know who's paying for that funeral because it's fucking sure as shit not me.
Yeah.
Nope.
Sell the house.
Yeah, I mean, I
Trickle
just,
down to you, right?
there's certain people in the world like Greg Barrett, who is a phenomenal comic, and he co-wrote, He's Just Not That Into You.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And at the end of the movie, he's in it. He's the priest that he plays the priest that marries them. He said it one time on stage. He's like, "You don't have to suffer assholes, friends or family. It doesn't matter who they are.
Yeah.
You don't. Life is too short to deal with assholes." And he's an impeccable one, my brother.
Well,
so I don't.
It's just I've always thought like the idea like look at I get it, your sister, your brother. People say like, oh, that's your brother. But fuck what?
Yeah,
It's
that's
just some
his bro-
dude fucked a guy in this. Like your friends, don't you choose to be your friends?
Yeah,
there's a reason you chose them.
The brother that when I talk about my brother on stage, it's my best friend, Neil, and my mother and Neil's father would refer to each other as brother and sister.
Yeah.
And when I met Neil for the first time, Neil's 2 years and a week younger than me, and my mom, I think I was 8 and he was 6, and my mom just said, "That's your brother, and you take care of him like a brother." And so that's who I refer to.
Yeah.
So when you're here,
Yeah.
it's just my best friend.
Right.
And his kids call me uncle and
Yeah.
Dauji, which means dad's older brother. And he introduces me as his brother, and I introduce him as mine, and I call my biological brother because it's just blood.
That's true. You do that. I've noticed that. My biological brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause it's
I like that.
that's
I
just
like
blood.
that.
That's just blood. I had nothing to do with it. He was a fucking dick from the beginning.
Right, the idea that you're supposed to necessarily, by the way, my brother and my sister would probably refer to me as a situation, but the idea that you're supposed to be just tied to me your whole life because of blood, like that it's ridiculous on their end. Like they're both do real careers and respectable in the community and whatnot. And
Yeah, I mean, if it was my son, I don't know. But, like Charles Manson's mom still loved him. I'm sure.
that's a little different. I feel like
That's a mom and a son. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's my.
Yeah. My mom still loves me, and I'm a total piece of shit. I mean, like a colossal piece of shit. She's all in.
Yeah,
I can agree on
all
the
in.
asshole part.
Yeah, and she's all in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
my-
seems to truly love me.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom.
She knows it's her
my
fault.
My mom
Probably.
She's just
A lot of it
holding on,
is.
trying
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
trying to save
My mom
some face.
preferred my brother. Like that was her because that was her firstborn.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter what
Me
he
too,
did when
firstborn.
when he got arrested for shoplifting at Macy's when he was
Oh,
37.
high-end shoplifting.
37. I was
37.
waiting for like 13.
I was too.
37?
Yeah.
I'm 37. Shoplifting at Macy's?
Yeah, it's not too late, Ed.
Well, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and he had just a sociopathic brain, man. He had a story ready to go for the cops. Here's the most embarrassing. I just fucking love karma. It's I'm so glad India invented it because it's just so fucking good. The arresting officer was one of his high school guys, the guys who graduated high school.
Really?
So, fuck the reunion every year. Or every 10 years.
sucks.
You're not going. You're not going, buddy. Because old Mark arrested you. Like, that was the arrest. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah,
fucking
that would
at
suck.
that age.
Yeah.
At
Yep.
that age,
And he
getting
didn't
arrested?
cut him a break?
No.
Well, he probably was an
Yeah.
asshole.
No, he's an
though.
asshole.
So
right.
I pulled.
Right?
I pulled.
You're
This,
the weirdo that ate all the fucking sugar on Sundays, right?
or all the sugar on Sunday.
Yeah.
I pulled his police report because it's public record, and I just find it comical. But he, as soon as he entered, loss prevention started following him, which means he's a known shoplifter.
Really?
Or he's brown.
Yeah, yeah.
He's brown, of course. Yeah, he was just brown guy walking
here's
through
the
mall.
weird- here's
That
the
was what he
weird
really,
thing, man.
That's the
He
real
bought-
crime he committed.
He bought $400 worth of stuff with his Macy's card, and had a balance of over $2,000 on the card, and then shoplifted that same day
Really?
with my mom there.
Oh, wow.
So she went to Housewares. That was her favorite thing to do, which I loved about my mother.
Yeah.
It didn't. She never bought a fucking thing from Housewares.
Go look, see what
Just
was
wanted
new.
to see what was new in the Housewares section.
New Tupperware.
Yeah, exactly.
blender.
Like, oh, look at this blender.
That's a
look at
good
this-
price.
Yeah, she would check it out. And
Never
like,
buy.
Never bought it.
She would
like-
never reward herself, treat herself.
No, she would buy. I mean, my mom was like, she got the employee discount at
Yeah.
Macy's and Mesquite.
Yeah.
Because that's how much she spent there. Like when she passed away, I remember I went in.
Macy's put the flag at half staff.
They stopped the parade that year. No, I went in and 4 or 5 of the women that work in the men's section came up and hugged me and said that they were sorry to hear that she passed away.
I bet
And I
they
think they
were.
were just
Their
sorry about their
commissions
commissions.
Commissions went in the
So
shitter
she went
that year.
to Housewares and he got arrested and she was just wandering for a
Looking
while.
for him.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, and then it was never to be spoken of again.
Really?
Yeah, that was her
Yeah,
kid. That's
it's
her
her
baby.
baby.
You
Yeah.
know, I was just like,
My mom's the same way. She
this is
can
the-
forgive an awful lot.
This is the best part. Is so I was having day drinks
yeah.
with my friends.
Good for you.
And this was a Saturday or a Sunday. I can't remember which one it was. And I get a call. My mom's like, "They're beating him," and I was like, "What?" He's like, "The police are beating a confession out of your brother." And I'm like, "This is in India, number one, and this is in a fucking Bollywood movie. They don't do that for shoplifting. They just don't." So I called my attorney, who's a really good friend of mine. I actually drink with him from time to time. So I called him and I was like, "I need to get him out." And he's like, "Dude, I don't know how it's Mesquite." So they transferred him from Mesquite to Dallas County because Dallas County is 24 hours, just pushing people out. And so they got him out on bail, and I'm still day drinking. I go over the next day. So it was Saturday. I go over the next day and have lunch, and my brother was like, "Man, thank you so much for getting me out of jail." All right, buddy, it's all good. And he gives me a present.
From Macy's?
God damn it, E.
No bullshit. I tear
Did he get out of the evidence locker room? Or?
I tear the fucking wrapping off, and there's the red star. And I literally open it like this, and there's a sweater inside. And I just looked at him and I go, "You paid for this, right?" And he just shut it, went, "Fuck you, man," and walked off. I was like, I can't take stolen property. That's illegal.
So legit. This is the one they didn't find. Yeah. I had this one up my ass for the last 48 hours. Just for you, buddy.
This is an ass sweater.
I wore this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass, sweater up my ass.
How did he think you would react when you knew it was from Macy's? I mean, like,
I was just
Actually,
like,
he sounds pretty funny.
that's exactly. I'm like, in
Maybe
my
he is
head,
a
I was like,
comedian.
that fucking balls, dude.
that's balls.
For one split second, I was like, okay, fucking, I respect that. It's kind of fucking funny. Like,
I mean, what else is he going to get?
Yeah, I'm like, you did pay for this. Like, that was my only reaction. Not thank you, that's so sweet. I
Yeah.
was like, you're a fucking thief.
Is
Like,
this part of the $400 purchase prior to the arrest? I
I'm
hope?
guessing so. I'm guessing it was a sweater for himself. He then just had
Guilted
wrapped.
over to you.
But I got a flyer from a buddy of mine, and so he does. My brother does impressions, and yeah,
Good
so
ones?
no, but I mean he's fucking committed. And apparently he had taken so there's the same workshop that I took 21 years ago, because all I needed, I always wanted to be a comic. I just needed to know how to structure a joke. I didn't need to, you don't have to teach me how to be funny, because you can't teach anybody how to be funny. I just needed the structure. And so I took this workshop at the Addison Improv by a guy named Dean Lewis, who's amazing. And so my brother, apparently 21 years later, takes it. And
we're like, oh, here comes the legacy. This guy's got to be good.
I'm like,
Sharma.
wait, I heard of that one.
Son?
Can't be related.
Here we go.
A buddy of mine sends me the flyer, and he's like, "Is this fucking for real?" And I look at the website, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make a phone call real quick." And I called the guy that books all the clubs, and I was like, "Here's the deal." He's like, "Oh, we didn't put two and two together. That was your brother, because Sharma's like Smith in India."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So so there's a lot of Sharmas in
Especially
Dallas.
with Raj. That's Bob Smith.
Yeah, that is Bob Smith. So I looked it up. Side note, I looked it up when I was in India in 2000. I went through the phone book, and I saw how many people spelled my exact way, and there's 257 in New Delhi, spelled exactly the same way. And I was like, fucking brilliant. I was like, if I ever kill somebody, I'm moving to New Delhi.
Yeah.
Like, good luck finding me.
Yeah.
What is it, Raja? R-A-J-A?
So it was originally Rajiv, Rajeev, and then my middle name, fuck me, I can't believe I'm about to tell you all this, because this is going to be a conversation. My middle name is Kumar.
Jesus Christ.
I've seen that movie. You know.
So that is my
Okay.
middle name. And so,
Kumar.
yeah.
All right.
Rajiv Kumar Sharma. That's but 257. But nobody's ever called me Rajiv, so it went to Raja. And then
Yeah.
the first time I ever did stand up, they go, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your next comic, Raja Sharma." And I was like, that sounds like Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, so we
drop
have
that A.
We have to drop the A.
Lose the A.
So everybody from 26 back calls me Raja. And
2016, 2006?
No, from the age of 26.
Oh,
Back, everybody's Raja. And after 26, everybody's Raja.
gotcha.
But anyway, I made a phone call, and I got him banned from all the improvs for life. And if he shows up on their property, he'll get arrested for trespassing. So there goes your comedy fucking dreams, buddy.
But has he done
luck in Montana.
stage time then? So,
No,
right?
he does like Indian like wedding receptions and shit where he MCs and
Seriously?
yeah.
Wow.
He does it for free. And what is an Indian's favorite thing? Free. So it doesn't
Gotcha.
matter how shitty it is. I remember one guy whose wedding he MC'd. He's like, the whole night I wanted to punch him in his fucking face, but it was free. So my parents didn't let me. Like, he's not charging anybody anything, and he's never going to get stage time in Texas.
Could I go down there and like just charge $10 and steal his business? Or
No, they're not going to.
Not
For
gonna
free?
pay
No.
you $10
No.
when he's doing it for free.
Yeah, but it's
You'd
gonna
have
be
to pay
somewhat
them
better.
$10.
Somewhat
What
better.
fucking logic was that just now?
No.
Hey, how about I charge him?
Well, I mean, he was so, no,
But he's doing it for free.
But
Yeah.
he was
But if
so-
I charge him,
You're so much better.
no, it's better than someone wanting to punch someone in the face. I mean, I could.
Lots of people want to punch you in the face. Lots. Of
I
people.
want to punch you in the face right now for what you just said.
I think the only way your statement would have made sense if you were like, "Wait, can I go down there and steal his
See,
business
well,
by giving them
the
$10?"
That's exactly right.
Like, then that would have been like, "Hey, that's not a bad business idea. You go down there and pay them $10
I understand
to
the
MC their
cheapness, but
wedding."
my thought
He
process
thinks
would
he's
be
that
it's
marginally better than your brother. that it would be worth the $10.
yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And that's worth.
Like if he's that bad, I mean, he probably would pay a few hundred for a regular MC. So if I just come in and charge 10,
What
and
would
it's not,
be on your playlist? You're doing an Indian
shit,
wedding.
DJing?
Yeah.
No, he's MC.
You
MC.
do the dance or any of that stuff?
Oh, no.
Yeah, you're
I
kicking
do
off the
that shit.
dance.
The
You don't have-
last
he probably
Indian-
doesn't know the single hand symbol. Nothing. He
That's
couldn't-
true.
The last Indian wedding I did,
the chicken dance? What are
I
you doing
had
over
to MC.
Ching, ching.
Yeah, I MC'd this beautiful wedding, and like I said, he does it for free. I charged $3,000.
Right, so my $10 isn't that bad. I can just be marginally better than
But
him.
that's the weird thing, right? Culturally, like if it's free, we'll take it. But if it's really expensive, we'll take it.
God, see, that's bullshit.
That's good. I
No in
understand that
between.
logic. Honestly, I do.
Yeah, it's like well, it's got to be. I mean, if we're paying this much,
Yeah.
it's got to be good.
Ooh,
And it's like if
that
we're-
sweatshirt's $300. It must be way,
Way
better
better
than the
than-
champion one. I'll take the $300 one.
my brother would just take the $300 one.
Even better.
Yeah, but going back to what we were before we got on to this topic, but the woke liberals, that's the thing. That's the problem. And I don't know how we fix it. I'm not one of those guys. I'm just that guy. Like, I don't
Does
give
it
a
drive you
shit.
as nuts as it drives the right?
I guess. I just don't. I don't give a shit. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
you want to fuck who you want to fuck. I don't care as long as it's consensual and it doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what you do.
Yeah.
You
That's
don't-
how we all feel, though. I think 90% of the country feels that way.
I would think so, but like the whole abortion thing, like if that's what you want to do,
Yeah.
I'm not. First of all, men should never have a fucking opinion
Yeah.
on that issue ever. It's not an issue.
I understand the argument
Well,
on both
you know,
sides.
I'm
but-
stuck paying for the fucking thing for 18 years. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah, well,
have
then that's.
some say in
But
it.
then
I don't
fucking,
care.
with the amount of.
Is there an opt-out clause that I can have? In
Well,
that?
yeah, it's called a condom, and that's your fucking fault. It's with birth control and
Morning
in a
after.
uterine
Just
device,
slip her a morning after. You're good.
morning which I
Here's your coffee, honey.
Yep.
I just nobody and man did they slip that by and nobody caught it.
What?
What's the name of the morning after pill?
Plan
What's
B.
What's the
Chemical compound or whatever?
RU486?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Are you 486?
like,
When you 86 something?
86 something, yeah.
RU4.
Holy shit,
Are
that's
you
funny, man. I
46?
didn't even know that was the name of it. But
I didn't
Yeah.
either. Is it really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Are you
outstanding.
486? Yeah.
That's better than Plan B.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Let's just 86 this, buddy. RU486. That's what it is.
I understand the argument.
That's fantastic.
But with all the fucking technology in the world, and that's on y'all.
Yeah.
And so if she's like, hey, I'm not down. Okay, well then
Yeah.
fucking you're not down. I'm not.
Dude,
I don't want you to have a kid you don't want.
I'm for post-birth abortion. Personally, I think you should have like up till 5 years old and be like, this thing's a fucking dud. We can tell already. It's falling behind already. Let's just abort it. Like that's where I
I think that's
personally
called
stand.
murder. I think that's what that is.
Call it whatever you want. I call it
potato,
post-birth
come
adoption, abortion.
Yeah, but
I
that's
understand.
but that shit's
I
on
understand.
you. So I
though.
don't. But here's the thing: you having a kid or not having a kid doesn't fucking affect me.
Yeah.
So I don't care. That's
Yeah.
my whole. I don't. I wish people.
I
would
agree
understand
with
this.
you, but you're capable of seeing both sides. And if you think it's a living being inside someone, it's like
If that's
it's
your
my
opinion,
body, my choice. It's like,
that's exactly right.
Right.
It's your body, your choice.
okay,
so
well,
I'm gonna
but
fuck
they
off.
would argue. They would argue. We're not talking about your fucking body. We're talking about the growing body inside you.
Okay.
That's I can understand the idea behind that is all I'm saying.
Okay,
I agree with you because I don't give a fuck. Abort all of them. I think humans are awful. I think all
We need to
humans
thin
are
the herd.
pieces of shit.
Yeah.
We need to thin the herd a ton.
Yeah.
That's why I never got the left's madness with this whole COVID thing. They're so worried about the environment. The only thing that's going to fix the environment is shaving about 4 billion people off it. Let COVID run wild. Let it wipe out the elderly and fucking sickly and great. Shave 2 billion fucking people. Who gives a shit?
Fuck the old and the fat.
Yeah.
Get 'em outta
And I'm
here.
one of the ones that gets to go. Like, I get it. I'm cool with it. I'm okay. I made my choices. I'll live with them or die with them.
Yeah.
I don't care. But it seems like, dude, you really want to save the environment? Stop having fucking kids or kill the ones that are here. That's how you're gonna do it.
But I mean, that's like again, like the whole. We were talking about this earlier today. Like gay marriage. I had a fraternity brother from college who was like, "Man, I can't fucking. That's bullshit, man. Gay marriage." I'm like, okay, so there's a gay couple in Boston. All right, been together 25 years. Okay, all they want to do is in front of their family and friends solidify,
Recognize.
just have them recognize their commitment to each other, and that bothers you. Yeah. I go, I just made them up. He was literally fucking angry over a fictitious gay couple getting married. I'm like, that's where you're at? Because I don't
Yeah.
give a shit. Now, if at your
And
gay
it's even
wedding,
worse than that, Raj, because honestly, for them, you can go, hey, fucker, you get all kinds of benefits by being a married person. When you're talking about visiting a sickly wife or husband in the hospital or insurance stuff, medical stuff, death stuff.
that was the weird
Like,
part of his
that's-
argument.
that-
He was okay with, he was like, give them benefits, but don't let them get married.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the
So that's bass backwards.
Like,
kind of,
what
in a
the
way.
fuck
Yeah.
are you talking about? Like,
what do you
why
care?
do you care?
What do you care?
That's my thing. is
Yeah.
It's
why do
Adam
you
and
care?
Eve, not Adam and Steve.
My opinion. What the fuck do you care?
Yeah.
So when you go to my this lady who I was telling you about, I was doing shows in South Lake Tahoe, and they were all sold out. Thank God. And no, but she sends me a thing on Twitter. She's like, "I've read your post about Trump, and I'm not coming to your show." And I go, "Okay."
Great.
You already bought the tickets, stupid. Like, I don't care if you come.
I'm glad you're not.
Like, I don't
I
give-
resell 'em?
They're just gonna sell them again.
Yeah.
So the two people that were on, there was a bunch of people on the waiting list. The first two got those seats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy day.
I
Actually,
don't
that
care.
Wanted to be there.
And I don't like. Why do you care about my fucking opinion? Like, why?
Because they assume
I'm
they
not-
assume that you're going to take your Twitter feed and go up on stage and perform.
No, that's not.
that's
not.
the assumption. Because a lot of people do that.
Oh,
There's-
sure.
there's
And,
a lot of
and if
people that
that's
do.
your if that's your thing, if that's what you are known for,
Yeah.
then go for it. Like Bill Maher, that's what you're known for.
Yeah.
Dennis Miller, like that's what you're known for. You're Lewis Black.
Yeah.
I tell dick jokes and talk to the crowd.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
There you go.
So
And you're going to be doing that this weekend.
this weekend, Thursday,
Tonight, one show.
Yeah.
Probably a little late for people to go.
Yeah.
And then 2 nights, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and you're there. Brad Williams is the headliner.
Yep.
What do we call Brad? Is he a dwarf?
he's a dwarf.
He's a dwarf. Is he
Yes.
offended by that if you call
No,
him a
he calls
dwarf?
himself a dwarf.
Okay.
And he's off his leash the whole time, right? Like, they don't have him leashed or caged or anything.
No, he's not. He runs about.
He does.
Like a regular
I've-
person.
I've
Yeah.
never seen him. You're buddies with him.
Yeah, we're
I
neighbors.
hear he's fucking amazing.
He's fantastic.
Is he?
Just a wonderful guy.
Yeah. I think
like
he's
this-
coming in tomorrow.
He's in tonight. He just landed a little while.
No, I mean in here.
Oh, he's coming here tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah.
But like he has, I mean, like this is how fucking sweet this kid is. He's got bags that he keeps in his car. So when he sees a homeless person, there's toothpaste, toothbrush.
I was gonna say obviously not clothes.
Yeah, no,
I can't share his
unless they
clothes.
have kids. But like a comb, like soap, deodorant, and there's bags in his car.
Really.
And so he just hands them.
He could do that for eternity and not make a dent in the homeless problem in LA.
it's
Because
true.
he's a California kid, right?
Oh, Orange County. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell of a golfer.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, hell of a golfer.
Dwarf
No
on golf.
kidding. Dwarf on golf. Yeah.
Yeah, hell of a golfer. Sweet as pie. Has a new baby girl.
How did you hook up with him?
The Laugh Factory. Adam Ray and Brad used to have a podcast called About Last Night.
Oh yeah, I've heard of
And
that.
Adam's a really good friend and has been for a while. And Adam one day was like, "Hey, come on, do the podcast," and we did, and the response was really good.
Yep. The response has always been really good here too. when
Oh,
you've been
thank
on.
you.
Yep.
And randomly get a text or a Facebook message, I think is what it was, from Brad, asking if I wanted to feature for him at the Pasadena Ice House. And I hadn't done the Pasadena Ice House. This is probably 5 years ago. I hadn't done the Pasadena Ice House since 2010. Like when I first got to LA, I did the Pasadena Ice House, and the guy who books it, I guess, didn't take a shine to me.
Yeah.
As all the other clubs were nice enough to do. And I went up and featured for him, and then just randomly he's like, "Hey, I know you grew up in Texas. Do you want to do the Texas dates?" And then I would just, whenever he was in Texas, I would fly. We're neighbors. We lived a mile away from each other
Yeah.
in Sherman Oaks. And his wife and my soon-to-be ex-wife are very good friends.
Yeah.
And so it was just.
Is she dwarf too, or
No.
regular size?
Yeah, she's tall.
the-
She's a
The ex-fighter, right?
yeah. She's
yeah.
a 4-level dawn, something in Taekwondo,
Yeah, like a
karate.
Brazilian
Yeah,
black belt, the
she-
jiu-jitsu black
Christ.
belt, all this
She has
stuff.
a gold medal from
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
So she whoop ass. Very.
He's got a
easily.
bodyguard everywhere he goes.
Yeah, he does.
Nice. Good for
And he's
him.
got a little baby girl that he calls the ADB, the Asian dwarf baby,
He's a dwarf. baby.
because she's a little person.
Okay.
So there was a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
She is a little person.
She is a little person.
Okay.
The baby. She's beautiful.
Really?
It's ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah, and then I just started bugging him. I'm like, hey man, there's other clubs that I want to get into.
Midwest.
Yeah, and we did. We started off in Utah. We did San Antonio. We did I think Irvine. We did a couple of spots, and now here because I was here last time and the response was really nice.
Yeah.
When I was
a good
with,
set.
with Chris.
Yeah.
But I just never cracked into this club again. So hopefully, this time around, we'll get a.
Yeah.
We'll get a shot to get our own week or just a night or
Hell yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But we're going to be there Saturday night. Troy and I,
Yeah.
and Hat, and that's going to be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun show.
And some of those shows are sold out. So if you
There-
do
I
want
think
tickets,
I think you guys got the last 4.
Okay.
are the shows all sold out?
I think they might want to call and
Check.
check.
Call Mark
But
Ridley's.
I know that I think the Saturday early show is sold out. I think
Yeah.
tonight is sold out. I think
Get on the waiting list in case any Trumpers drop out. Last minute. Might be able to sneak in.
Well, that'll be fun. We'll have him in here tomorrow, and you'll be here.
Yeah.
And then you're staying for a few days, so we'll have you on.
Yeah,
a few
I'm
more
staying, I'm
times.
staying till Tuesday to hang
That's
out.
awesome.
To hang out with you guys and
Dig
do
it.
some shows. So
Yeah. We'll do
Yeah,
some
man.
shows, have some fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to meeting Brad tomorrow. That'll be cool.
Yeah, right on.
yeah.
And thank you so much for hanging out, Raj.
Hell yeah! I'm glad we didn't get to talk about any of the shit that you had planned.
Yeah.
None of it. Didn't even touch a
You don't know
note.
how
Not enough.
you don't know how right you are, by the way. Looking at the list.
Dude, I got up at 8:30 this morning, took the dog out, and started prepping. You slept till 1:30.
I got up at 11 and went back to sleep.
Did you? Yeah,
Yeah.
I woke up, took my shower, did my prep, highlighted everything, and I was done by like noon. And then he slept till 1:30, and then we went got something to eat. I knew it was going to be like this.
But here's
know.
I some of it's calculated, just to let you know, because I go, what do you have planned? He goes, you're not going to like it. I go, okay, I'll make sure we don't get to it.
I was like, I got a Don Lemon story in here. Don't worry. Over the next few days,
We'll get to it.
we'll get to
trickle
all
them
this
in.
shit. We'll
Okay.
we'll get to them, and then we can fight about
If you
it.
can't sleep with the light on, how come when I walked by at 5 o'clock this morning, your light was on? Still up, Rebel went out? Hell yeah, it was.
No. Was it really? Mm-hmm. And somebody turned it on. It wasn't me. I have to. Yeah,
must
it's
have
Is
been
house haunted?
Must have been your boy.
House haunted?
Must have been your boy laying next to you.
It could be. It drives me like that drives me insane right there. That's pointed like right here.
Yeah.
It's like people are like fucking stop.
Trav probably did that to light you up. The lighting is terrible in here. We
Oh
need
no,
to
it's
redo
good.
it.
It's good.
No, it's not
but
good
yeah.
for cameras.
No, yeah, I can't imagine that was.
I was
on.
like, shit, is he up? Like,
no.
Yeah.
Fuck
No.
no. I figured. Well, I thought you might.
No,
still
I
be
watched.
up.
I watched.
That's
I
only
watched the
2 o'clock. Your
I
time.
watched
Into the storm.
the QAnon.
Did you go
thing.
deep into the queue?
I just got to this. I finished the second episode after you.
What'd you think?
I mean, they're fucking
Nuts.
It's just
Same.
no.
Yeah.
It's just it's just a next. I can't imagine. I can't imagine being that dumb.
Yeah.
Like
or
that's-
gullible.
or gullible or idiotic.
Impressionable.
Yeah. Yeah.
JFK Jr.'s alive? Are you fucking kidding me?
just
The guy that died in the
they're
plane
always-
crash?
they're
They
al-
found the fucking body.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
I would go without even. I didn't even watch it, but Mike's told me enough about it. I would go beyond dumb
It's
and
great.
all that shit. I'd go like, dude, don't you have a life? Like, walk around, go to a concert, go bowling on a Friday night. Like, what are you
they're
fucking?
busy trying to find a dead Kennedy.
Yeah.
They should go see the dead Kennedys. That's what they should go see because that's who they're looking for. There's a band out there for QAnon.
I think for them, they really believe they have a duty. That they're, dude, I'm with you. It's a it's an HBO documentary.
Brother, I was
It's
in
fantastic
in
that-
Dallas.
Yeah,
on
you're around there,
Thanksgiving-
man. They're
on
in Dealey
Thanksgiving.
Plaza. They're hanging out at Dealey Plaza.
The day before Thanksgiving, I believe it was.
Yeah.
and they're all gathered with Trump JFK Jr. flags. And I'm like, come on, we already shot one. Okay? Don't make us fucking look worse.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe like the them being there that day was worse than the assassination. Like that was like that as far as optics go. I'm like, come on,
Make
guys.
us kill John too.
Oh man.
Like, come on, guys. Like really, John, he's coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, buddy.
Dude, the documentary gets even better.
2022.
It's wild. It's great.
Yeah. I just like how it just keeps getting pushed back. Like, what are we waiting for?
Oh, it's just
It was
Are
first.
there
It was
anybody-
it's just further on nutness. It's just nutty.
Mike has said there are. Are there still some people lingering? Or
Yeah,
no?
there was like 100 people after JFK.
No, but like
Jr.
now,
didn't
I'm asking
show up.
him now. Like, is there anyone still kind of
There's probably like
there?
two
Oh,
guys
They
still out
said they're
there.
not leaving.
I'm sure. I have. It was
God,
on
I
the
hope
news.
so.
It was on the news for 3 seconds, and then even the news was like, "We can't.
Come on.
We can't."
How is
cover
it any
this.
different than an Elvis sighting? It's honestly.
But it's like
You
okay,
wouldn't cover an
it's-
Elvis sighting if
but
30
it's the
people
same,
gathered.
It's the same fucking thing. God, fuck, I hate this shit. It's like the Bigfoot shows.
Yeah.
It's like Finding Bigfoot. I'm like, really?
He's-
You're trying to produce a paranormal show. What are
Yeah,
you
because
talking
ghosts are real. Bigfoot's not.
about? Let's leave it there. I got to get you to the club.
Yep, you
Thank
do.
you so much, Raj.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
We'll be back. We'll do something tomorrow with Brad Williams. That'll be a lot of fun. So
Yep.
enjoy tonight. Go kill on stage tonight.
Thanks,
And,
sir.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging with us. We'll do it again tomorrow.